Got it, Robert. Thank you very much. We're going to break away from this right now to the Vice President's resident. Kamala Harris is remembering those who lost their lives this day at the start of the Hamas-Israeli war.
Who studied in Seattle and who was the grandson of Holocaust survivors. And a dancer from California who was killed alongside her fiancé while attending the Nova Music Festival. I am devastated by the pain and loss that occurred on October 7. And Doug and I pray for the family and loved ones of all of those who were lost. And may their memories be a blessing. Today, I know many Jews will be reciting and reflecting on the Jewish prayer for mourning, the Kaddish. The words of the prayer are not about death. It is a prayer about our enduring belief in God, even in our darkest moments. So as we reflect on the horrors of October 7, let us please be reminded that we cannot lose faith. The Jewish philosopher, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, wrote, and I quote, "Religion begins with a consciousness that something is asked of us." So in this moment, on the one-year commemoration of October 7, what is asked of us? What is asked of us? First and foremost, I believe that we must never forget. I will never forget October 7, and the world must never forget. What is asked of us? We must work to ensure nothing like the horrors of October 7 can ever happen again. And on this solemn day, I will restate my pledge to always ensure that Israel has what it needs to defend itself, and that I will always work to ensure the safety and security of the Jewish people here and around the world. What is asked of us? We must reunite the hostages held in Gaza with their families, and I will never stop fighting for the release of all the hostages, including the American citizens, living and deceased. Omer, Idan, Sagi, Keith, Judy, God, and Ite. What is asked of us? We must uphold the commitment to repair the world, an idea that has been passed on throughout generations of the Jewish people and across many faiths. And to that end, we must work to relieve the immense suffering of innocent Palestinians in Gaza who have experienced so much pain and loss over the year. What is asked of us? We must continue to see light amidst the darkness. As the late Rabbi Jonathan Sacks said, "A people that can walk through the valley of the shadow of death and still rejoice is a people that cannot be defeated by any force or fear." That is why today we plant a pomegranate tree, which in Judaism is a symbol of hope and righteousness. So for years to come, this pomegranate tree will stand here, spreading its roots and growing stronger, to remind future vice presidents of the United States, their families, and all who pass through these grounds, not only of the horror of October 7th, but the strength and the endurance of the Jewish people. It will remind us all not to abandon the goal of peace, dignity, and security for all. And it will remind us all to always have faith. Thank you, and I will now turn it over to the second gentleman, my husband, Doug.
We are following this event at the U.S. Naval Observatory, the home of the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, her husband now speaking, the second gentleman. This is to remember this day a year ago when 1,200 Israelis were killed in that Hamas attack that has now spread to include Iran operatives all over that region. 250 were kidnapped that day. 100 now remain captive. And we had, in a period of just a matter of weeks, better than 3,000 rockets hurled at the Israelis. 4,000 injured that day as well. We're monitoring all of that, and we are monitoring a big storm coming Florida's way.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.